Since Superman is currently out in theaters, here is my chance to rank all of the Superman films from worst to best. There's some pretty great ones, some really mediocre ones, some really bad ones. So, without further ado, here we go. Number 9 is Superman 4, A Quest for Peace. Superman 4 is one of the worst movies ever made. It is just so bad. The effects are really horrible. The acting is really laughable, except maybe for Christopher Reeve as Superman, who is trying in this movie, but the production is just really bad. And it's almost like so hard to get through, just because of how sad it is to watch a movie franchise that was once so great with Superman 1 and Superman 2, but with Superman 4 it almost feels like they're not even trying anymore, and it really feels like the producers just ran out of ideas, and this is what we got. Superman 4, A Quest for Peace is just really one of the worst films ever made. It is worse than Batman and Robin, I think. It just really is an abomination of movies, and it should have never been made. Number 8 is Superman 3. Superman 3 is a little better than Superman 4. It's got a few good sequences going for it, but overall it's got some really stupid comedy. Always remember the scene where the don't walk do walk sign start fighting with one another. It's just so stupid. There's a lot of really bad humor, really just corny jokes, and it feels kind of a tired franchise at this point. But I like the fact that Clark Kent becomes evil Superman in this movie, but it's really not explored enough. There's a better version of this movie that could have been made, in my opinion, but they just didn't utilize its complete potential, and it just really was a terrible mess overall. I don't really like Superman 3. I think a lot of people don't really like this movie. Number 7 is Superman Returns. I am not really a big fan of Superman Returns. I think it's just really one big boring film. I mean, the acting is good. I think that Brendan Routh is just a really good Superman, and I like Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor, although he sometimes feels kind of out of place and a bit of a cartoon. And this movie really feels like they were going for the Richard Donner Superman. Brendan Routh plays the Superman kind of like Christopher Reeve played him, and you can tell that Bryan Singer probably told him to do that. But my main problem with this movie is that there are barely any action scenes throughout this movie, and it's called a Superman film. It'd be kind of like if the Superman 2025 had no action scenes. It would be kind of strange. And this movie is sort of a drama, but you're not really invested in the characters of this film. I wasn't really invested with the Lois and Clark chemistry. I think that a lot of producers, a lot of filmmakers have trouble with the Lois and Clark chemistry. It just, I think, sometimes misses kind of this relatability. It just sometimes falls flat, and I think that it falls flat in this movie. The ending here misses the mark, I think. It's really just uninventive. It just really leaves you cold, I think. That's the perfect way I can summarize Superman Returns. It leaves you cold and just unsatisfied. Number 6 is Batman vs. Superman. I don't hate Batman vs. Superman. There are some good things about the film that I like. I like some of the Batman stuff. I think that Ben Affleck is a very good Batman, and I like seeing him going after Superman, but I didn't think that Batman had a very good motivation as to why he hated Superman. I felt like he needed a lot more to make me understand his motivation. Maybe Superman murdered somebody close to him. That could have been, I think, a little better. And I feel like this movie is just really too somber. It's really kind of boring most of the time, even though it shouldn't be. I remember the second trailer of Batman vs. Superman being so exciting, so amazing. And like you watch the movie and it's just kind of like blah. It just really falls flat. And like the revelation of Doomsday in the trailer sort of really ruined the movie for a lot of people. They shouldn't have showed that in the marketing. And I think that they showed Wonder Woman as well. And like I think that they shoehorned Wonder Woman a bit here in this film. They should have just kept it focused on Batman and versus Superman. But I think that they shoehorned Batman as well. I would have liked to have seen a Batman solo movie first. And I think that this movie was just overcrowded. And I feel like Zack Snyder had taken on this ambitious project, but it was too much for him to chew. And I admire Batman versus Superman, but at the same time, it could have been so much better than it actually was. Superman 1978. Superman 1978 is just a really good film. It's a really good Superman origin story. I really dig this film. I love Christopher Reeve in it, and I love Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane back in the day. She is good. She's a bit of a damsel in distress most of the time, but I think that she is pretty good as Lois Lane. She is not my favorite Lois Lane, but I think that she is really good and she has good chemistry with Christopher Reeve. I love Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. I think he was great in the role. I really enjoyed this film. It's got exciting action sequences, and I think the effects sort of hold up to this day, and it's just fun rewatching this movie. The soundtrack is amazing. The Superman theme is one of the best themes of all time. I love Superman 1978. Number 4 is Superman the Richard Donner cut. Now, this is by far the best version of Superman 2. It is like the director's version of Superman 2, and I love Superman 2. It's one of the best Superman movies of all time, one of the best DC movies of all time. I love General Zod as a villain. I think that this movie is just really well made, and it's really exciting. It's even more exciting than the first Superman film. It's got some wonderful action sequences, just really a good story, and I care about Christopher Reeve's Superman. It's just so sad seeing how the franchise sort of ended. Because this movie was just peak Superman, and I love it. It is just really a great film, and I understand why so much people love it today. Number 3 is Man of Steel. Man of Steel, I am a big fan of. Like, I loved it ever since I saw it in theaters. I know some people don't like the tone. I know some people don't like this version of Superman, but I think that it works. It works for this universe. And I think that I like this different approach. I like that different filmmakers can come in and tell a different approach of Superman, kind of like the comics. I love Henry Cavill as Superman, and like I love Pa Kent and Ma Kent, and I love Jor-El. Like the actors that Zack Snyder took for this movie were just perfect, and yeah, I am a big fan of Man of Steel. I don't really care like if people don't like this movie as much because I know it's not what they grew up with. It's a little different. Different sometimes is good. And here I really enjoyed the film. I think there's some really good action sequences. The script is a bit lacking sometimes. I understand that. Like Zack Snyder isn't really the best story writer. He's more of a great visual filmmaker. And I love the opening sequence on Krypton. I think the opening sequence on Krypton is just magnificent. Overall, the theme, the soundtrack is great. The action is amazing. The characters are really solid. The script is a bit lacking, but overall, I really enjoyed Man of Steel. Number 2 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League is much better than the 2017 Joss Whedon Justice League. It is just really an exciting epic. It's 4 hours long, and I really enjoy myself while I watch this movie, despite it being so long. I really dig it. I appreciate that Zack Snyder really gave it his all here to make a coherent and exciting film compared to maybe Batman vs Superman, which kind of let me not as excited as I was going into the DCU as like Man of Steel. But here, I think Zack Snyder's Justice League is a worthy follow up to Man of Steel, and it is really good. It is just really a fun and exciting team up movie, and it's great seeing Batman like a little brighter. He is not as brooding as he was in Batman vs Superman, which is not a version of Batman I like. Here, I think that Ben Affleck is a lot better as Batman. He is just more of the character that we grew up loving. And I thought that he was great in the Justice League. I loved Aquaman, Wonder Woman. Flash, not really. I think that Flash was kind of mishandled in this DCU. I really like Superman and Justice League. And I also really love the black suit. It's so cool in the end of the film. I think that they really did a good job with Superman. He is much better written in Justice League than he was in Batman v Superman. But yeah, overall, I am a big fan of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I love like the future scene that we have, and near the end, it's just so epic. It's badass. Now, my number one favorite Superman film. It actually just came out. It is Superman 2025 from James Gunn. It is my favorite Superman movie up to this point. I think that it's just really a well made film. It's got interesting characters. And I love that we don't get another like origin story. It jumps right into the action. We get an opening crawl, and that's it. And I love this movie. I thought that it was so much fun. It's got so many good moments, really exciting action, and I just love the actors. And yeah, I was really satisfied with Superman 2025, and I can't wait to see where this like new era of DC goes next. I am really all in at this point, and yeah, I am excited for the rest. So those are my rankings. Let me know what yours are down in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.